Boys and girls, rejects, welcome to Gaming with Lobo, the bearded wolf god himself. Today was the day for the patch for Darktide. Now, being that this was my first character and my first love, so to speak, we started with him today on the stream. 2 very short streams because it took me a little bit to decide which way I wanted to run, and then in the middle of a mission, about 2 minutes before the mission was going to end, my system decided to go poof and crash. I was a sad wolf god. The system and I have had a chat. Now, I will show you momentarily what I have gone with. Talents. Now, there are a bunch of ways to go down this talent tree, but the way I chose was metal. Critical hits replenish 5% toughness. Also grants 5% increased movement speed for 4 seconds and stacks 3. Perfect timing. 3% warp damage for 10 seconds on critical hits. Stacks 5. Toughness boost. Assail, which is my chosen blitz skill. Throw swift, homing projectiles formed of psychic energy. Less effective versus carapace armored enemies. And then I got the offshoots of them. Ethereal shards. Projectiles from Assail now pierce additional targets. So you can shoot 1 crystal, psychic shard, and it hits 2, maybe 3. And then quick shards. They replenish 30% faster, which was a godsend. Then I went toughness damage reduction because that was the way to go. Then I went mind in motion, which is my movement speed is not reduced while quelling peril. The another modifier, inspiring apprentice, plus 10% toughness for allies and coherency. Then I went Seer's Presence, which is an augmented of the quickening. And I went one with the warp, gain toughness damage reduction of 10% plus 10% to 33% based on your current peril. Then I went peril resistance and toughness damage reduction. Then I went to Telekine shield, which is a shield they talked about in the videos. And then I went for both modifiers. I went for 2 of the modifiers on that, which are the Telekine dome, which is, instead of the shield in front of you, a dome for the whole group. And then allies inside the shield replenish 10% toughness each second. When the Telekine shield dissipates, all allies inside gain plus 50% toughness, damage reduction for 5 seconds. Now, I could have gone enervating threshold, which is the shield has 10% chance to stun enemies that pass through it. Specialist enemies have a 100% chance to get stunned, but also damage the shield. Or the shield has 2 charges. Then I went peril resistance, health boost, and critical chance boost. And then for the main, on this one, I went kinetic deflection. While below critical peril, blocking an attack causes you to gain peril instead of losing stamina. Movement speed. True aim. Landing 5 weak spot hits grants your next range attack guaranteed crit. Toughness boost. Plus 15 toughness and disrupt destiny. Every second, enemies within 25 meters have a chance of being marked. Highlighted. Killing a marked enemy replenishes 10% toughness, grants 20% movement speed for 2.5 seconds, and adds a precision bonus for 15 seconds. Each precision bonus grants a plus 1% damage, plus 2% critical damage, and plus 2.5% weak spot damage. The bonus stacks 15 times. Lingering Influence. Increases the duration of the Disrupt Destiny from 15 to 30. Cruel Fortune. Weak spot krills grant 2 additional stacks of Disrupt Destiny. Killing enemies marked by Disrupt Destiny have a 20% chance to instantly quell 15% of your peril. And don't mind the noise, that was my mother bringing me something to charge in a while. And that was the way I went. Now the other way I could have went was, and then for additional stuff I went Puppet Master, plus percent, and then increase quell speed by 30%. Hold that thought. Okay. Now, if I'd gone fully down this tree, it would have been tough. It would have been Warp Siphon. Killing an elite or specialist enemy gains you a warp charge for 25 seconds, stacking 4 times. Your next combat ability spends all available warp charges to reduce the cooldown of that combat ability by 7.5% per warp charge. And then there's Empowered Psionics. Kills have a 7.5% chance to empower your next blitz. Empowered Brain, and what that means is, depending on what your chosen blitz skill was, Empowered Brain Rupture is 100% peril cost reduction, 50% cast time reduction, and plus 50% damage. Smite is plus 30% damage, plus 25% faster spread between enemies. Assail, which I chose, would have been 100% peril cost reduction, base damage increase from 100 to 150, and does not consume any peril charges. This also would have been a good pairing with the Assail. Now the other blitz charge, the other is Smite. Smite is Bio Lightning. The Emperor Palpatine talent, lightning talent. That's on top of not including your staff for all of this. Now, just like with your loadout, and I'm going to have to redo all my loadout, your talents go with your loadout. So, right now I just have the Void Strike staff. Because both with it and Assail, I have the ability to reach out and touch somebody. Now, Assail's not a huge distance, but you know you can reach across the map with the Void Strike. So, let's get into it, shall we? Let's have a demonstration. Now, the other interesting upgrade they did was to the team screen. You know, while you're waiting for your team. I'll show you in a second when it loads. Look, it shows you what your teammates have, which was something that was sorely needed. He's got Indomitable, Bombs Away, Boxer Grenades. He's got Fury of the Faithful, Replenishing... Yeah. He's also got Blades of Faith and Benediction. And then he's got Point Blank Barrage, swaps and reloads your ranged weapons. Swaps doing really, you have a 25% rate of fire increase and a 70% reload for 20 seconds. Throw an ogre-sized frag grenade with basically a giant crack grenade. And stay close. 20% toughness replenishment. These are good things. I will probably play with multiple builds. After my, because I really like, I will probably stick with the psychic shard though, the Assail, because I like that ability. Oh, I might play with the smite, which is the force lightning. Now the thing to keep in mind with this is it increases your peril faster. When you take the time to use the right hand button and aim, it increases your peril faster because you're putting more force behind it. You see how fast it's regenerating my shards? It'll be a lot slower if you don't take that extra talent. If we run into serious trouble, I'll probably pop the dome. You really have to keep an eye on your peril with this. One of the joys of being a psyker, you don't have to worry about ammo. You do have to worry about blowing your damn head off, though. Now, because I chose Telekine shield, you cannot just push away your, use the force push thing to get rid of half your peril. You have to pay attention to your peril. I didn't even have to throw for that one. Here they come again. I've already got one. That's actually the easiest I've ever dealt with the spawn. But it helps that I've got two freaking big boys. People are still playing like nuts. It's like they're not even paying. Our big boys are in a fucking hurry. You gotta love regenerating ammo. This part of this mission is a little harder. You are gonna have to rely more on your... Because sometimes you just want to hack and slash. Sometimes you just want to hack and slash. There's a third one. Did we get that third bomber? Oh, hey, anybody want ammo? Ammo down. That was a nice smooth run, boys. Thank you, thank you. And that's the way I like my missions to go. Smooth. They're doing an awful lot of emergency tests. All right. And that was the current build I'm running. I will probably do some more videos with some other builds. Although I may jump into the Ogren. Well, actually, maybe I'll jump into the... Hell, I may even jump into the Zealot. Zealot was never my favorite class, but some of the skills they gave that were pretty nice. Alright. Thank you for playing. This has been a Daily Dose with the bearded wolf god himself, Lobo. I thank you for your worship.